Hello and welcome back to SnowTopia here on RawSlowGaming, and as ever we are having a major run out of skiers here from the lifts. That is definitely not something we always have, but yeah, for some reason we started the episode off here, or rather started the save, and we got a lot of skiers peeking out of there. The question is then, no, this still looks like it's about to explode, but actually not that bad. It's almost like we actually see the queue here for this lift. Of course, there are more skiers coming down there than we can handle, but that is nothing new, and well, this bunch of skiers will definitely not help the cause. But it is how it is, and we can't do too much about it. So what are we going to do next? Should we focus more on things like this? Maybe. Unfortunately, we don't have any takers whatsoever for that lift, so it feels a little bit like a waste of time. But I kinda like to do things like that, as these are like kind of valleys in the bigger system, so to say. So it could be very realistic to have a surface lift or a lift that goes up on the side here from the rest, well, from other direction than the rest of the resort do, so to say. So kind of really like to put things like that in. We do, of course, have this mountain to exploit if we want to, and basically everything that is running off from it. You can go on the side here and do a lot of things, but there isn't really that much news to it, and you can't do too much. I could do a run towards here to the end to simulate a village down here. But it's kind of a shame here also that you got these world borders as they are at the moment. But of course, as ever, this is only open alpha, and that is definitely due to change for later releases. I couldn't think that it would be any other way, at least. Let's up the volunteers here to maximum for these two. That is definitely going to be needed. And figure out what we're doing next. Could have something taking off from here. I think that is what we're going to do here next. A gondola from something like that, and pretty much as long as we can. And I kind of want it to be as high up as possible on this sort of slope. So there it is. So that's good. And we'll put one volunteer, or actually we'll max that out directly, and it will also open as soon as we have some runs that you can get down to the village with. So let's get those in. The question is, should we go on the top here and sort of go slowly down here, or all the way here maybe and around? I think that is like the first thing we will try to do. We do have skiers that is mainly here for smooth and gentle runs, or yeah, runs. So that is what we're going to try to do here, mainly just to still try to keep to play the game and try to get things alleviated where it's worst, so to say. So then we gotta do things like this, and I think that's all right. Now I kind of want to go where I kind of really need to go down from pretty much where I am. So let's do that, and that's going to be pretty much black, which I don't really want to. So let's see what we can do about that. We can do something like this. And we will not use this part of the slope to anything else. I wouldn't think, at least. So we are going to do something like this. And actually, that is almost not touching the houses there or anything. Or it's really not touching the houses there or anything. And it connects to the base square here that we, well, not really square, but sort of square that you have from the beginning. So definitely going to go with that. And we're going to go down with volunteers here now. As I see, we are actually, or have actually gotten out all of the skiers that we had here. So that is good. And we will keep having these episodes that are not the actual early access that we are still waiting on impatiently, or rather maybe patiently. We will keep them short. So this is probably a good time to say to you guys, remember to smash that like button if you're enjoying the show. Also, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button to follow along for more SnowTopia content. We will play at this till forever, really. So if you want to see that forever, stick around. And yeah, links is in the description to the website for the game and for the devs and everything like that, and Discord if you want to hang out with them, I believe, and they are a nice bunch of a gang to hang around with. And yeah, if you have any questions or things like that, go ahead and contact them on a Discord or wherever you prefer. And look out for the early access that is due to hit this fall. And if you want to support me as a creator even more than just watching, which I am so grateful for that you're doing, do check out the links in the description there as well. And yeah, let's get back to the game. So I put in on this run as I were speaking. I think that it's pretty beautiful, at least. I don't know if it makes that much sense. Well, I think it does. It wouldn't really make sense to try and traverse this, or would it? No, because we wouldn't get over there anyway. But we could maybe try to traverse that in, again, a gentle way. Let's just see here if we could do that. So we will go off very gentle. And something like that. Now, obviously, the mountain is getting in the way and slope blocked by cliff. Must go downhill. So I don't really think we would be able to get what we want in here. No. So then this definitely makes a lot of sense. I also want to do something that pretty much goes straight down as much as possible. We of course have our peeling off here from this peak all the way down here. And this is actually a pretty beautiful and interesting view, this one. This actually looks and feels a lot like a big winter resort if you look at the peak like this, as we have put in that new lift. It looks pretty vast actually, even though I feel a lot of the times it feels kind of small, everything in proportions, but here it actually looks pretty interesting from this view actually. First glimpse of that, and well, not first glimpse of that, but first logic of that for me. And yeah, I really like this actually. And yeah, as I said, we are really looking forward to a sharp release of early access. That's not so sharp, but it's a sharp release of what that is, so to say. Yeah, obviously we have a bit of terrain to pass here. If we're coming in here, we could try and get something in here and then sort of peel that off to two directions as well. We'll actually maybe try to do that. And we have our first takers up here. And they all chose to go to the left. That, of course, were the only direction available as they entered the lifts, or the lift at least. I don't know if they can change it after that, actually. Right. So to that point, and what are we going to do with you? Are we going to let you go there? And have, yes, we're going to do that like that, and we're going to have a peel off from around here, like that, and you should really be a black little run. So I think that also makes sense, and I think that looks pretty neat and nice as well. And actually, as I said, I were really fond of that look that we had from this peak. I wonder if I can get any other that looks really interesting. Well, this looks sort of interesting as well. This station, though, looks a lot more off, so to say. Also, I don't get the same feeling of vastness at all as I get from here, as the peak is a little bit higher. And here also a big thing I would guess is that the map is really like it is. It's with the borders that are really thin air after it, with nothing, that it's a nothingness, so to say, around it. I don't think that is going to be the case for the early access or later versions of the game, and I think that will fix the feeling of being in the game world quite a lot. Hopefully, I hope at least that we will get some RNG maps that you can play around with and tinker with to get your sort of map, and also maybe that you could import map by height maps and things like that to build your perfect copy of a resort that you have around you. For me, for Åre, for example, in Sweden, not really close to me, but I'm Swedish, so it would be nice, or some other ski resort in the fjällen, as we call it, which is, well, in the mountains, really. So that would be super fun to play around with, and I hope that is coming to the game. This is actually a pretty decent look as well. But anyway, I think this will be everything for this episode. So as I said, we will be keeping them sort of short until we get our hands on the early access version. But anyway, with that said, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you here soon again. Bye-bye. You have been watching RawSlowGaming, and I hope you have enjoyed. On clicking on the video on the left, you will see the next video in this series, and on the right, our latest upload to the channel. And with that said, thank you again for watching.